Hello Zainey friends, and welcome to a Halloween version of Makeup and a Movie, where I do my makeup
and I talk about a movie.
And of course we're talking about an iconic Halloween flick, which is
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's right. As you can see, this is crazy. What is happening here? I am using the Kat Von D matte metal or metal matte. I don't know what you call it really. Metal matte. It's called metal matte. It says on here on the back. Reading is fundamental. So I'm using the Kat Von D metal matte palette for my look, as well as some Bite Beauty lipsticks as well. Just as well.
Sure.
Yes. So if you want to see how I did this and why I'm wearing this weird wig getup thing, just keep watching. Alright, so I have already done mostly all of my face. All of my stuff will be down below what I've already used. The other thing I want to tell you is, because it is the year of 40, we're going to be giving away things in our videos, or putting it into giveaways. And so I am giving away this mustache necklace that I am wearing. You will see it in a future giveaway. Anyway, so I'm going to be using the matte metal palette from Kat Von D for this look, and it looks like this. It is so gorgeous, and I've been waiting to use this, and I haven't used it yet, and I'm going to. But guess what? It's interactive.
Interactive?
You get to show me what I'm going to do with this palette. What color range do you want me to use? Blues, purples, green? What do you think?
Purples.
Okay. So what I think I'll do is I will use a base. Well, I'm gonna use NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk on the base of my lids, and then I'm going to use this color right here, which is Fringe. It's kind of a peach color, and then on top of that I'm going to use Silk and Ribbon, both in the crease. And then I'm probably going to use this white color Linen right up here, highlighting, and then I'm going to do probably a mixture of these two sparkly colors, Twinkle and Volt, right over the lid, and I might put some of this tinsel color, which is gorgeous, right in the corner. If I decide to change that up at any time, you'll know. I'll tell you.
All right.
Yeah.
What about violet? Or velvet?
Velvet, I can put a little bit of that in there as well.
That's
in the
cool
crease.
Color.
It's this one right here.
Yeah, it's like a dark purple.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the Time Warp Again is the title of it, because it's kind of a remake, redo, original version of the show.
Yes.
By Fox, because now they're getting in the whole doing a musical a year kind of thing like NBC is doing, or has done now, for the last few years.
And they're doing, NBC is the one doing Hairspray?
Yeah, they're doing Hairspray. Yeah, that is in about a month now.
Awesome.
A little over a month. And so, yeah, this was Fox's second musical. The other one was Grease, Grease Live, which I thought was a really good job. I thought they did a really good job with it, and their staging of it was really neat and fun. And I thought they did their live musical, because that's what NBC's been doing, is like a live version of a musical. It's just not in front of an audience. And so, I don't know, me as a theater person, like, I find it kind of awkward when they, like, stop a number and it's just, like, dead silence, then commercial break.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was really fun what they did with Grease Live on Fox, where they had, like, the audience all over the place, and you saw them, you saw the cameras, you saw the lighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it made it kind of fun and different. And
there's an energy to it, yeah, for sure.
Definitely the energy, yeah. So, when they announced Rocky Horror Picture Show, I was interested, because I wasn't really sure what they were going to be doing with it, because it's such a different kind of, it's not your typical musical, you know?
Yeah, it's really not.
So, yeah, and as it got closer and closer to the time that they were going to release it, I was seeing more and more, but at the same, like, I was kind of like, I don't know still, I'm like, I'm not sure, I didn't know, they ended up basically making a movie.
Yeah.
Whereas I thought it was going to be like a live kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, in a sense, it kind of did have an audience.
Yeah.
It just wasn't live.
Yeah, not like the Grease show.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it was different. But yeah, so Rocky Horror Picture Show, it was directed by Kenny Ortega, who, if you've ever seen any of the High School Musicals, you know who he is.
Newsies.
He directed Newsies. He did Hocus Pocus, which we mentioned a little bit in the Hocus Pocus video, which you can watch.
Because, you know, last week was Hocus Pocus week, and if you want to see that, we still have a giveaway going on from Hocus Pocus week. Make sure you check that out. I'll link it below.
So, Kenny Ortega's done a bunch of stuff. He choreographed this and directed it, and yeah, that's pretty much what he did in it. Then you've got in the cast, well, let's see, let's start with some of the more obscure parts. So Adam Lambert ends up playing Eddie, who was originally Meatloaf, played by Meatloaf in the movie, the original movie. And then you've got, let's see, Tim Curry pops up for a little bit in the movie as the criminologist, which I thought was kind of fitting for him, you know, where he played, you know, Frankenfurter in the original, the like kind of most outlandish of the characters, and is super subdued as the criminologist in this, a very deadpan. And it worked really well. And then, let's see, moving up the scale, what's her name?
Victoria Justice. Oh, wait, who?
Well, yeah, Victoria Justice is Janet.
What's the character?
Christina Milian playing Magenta, who, if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, around my age, you probably know who she is, because she was a bit in pop music for a while.
I barely knew who she was.
Yeah. She's kind of like, well, I won't say, well, I don't know, kind of just disappeared off of my radar. I don't know what she's been doing. Reeve Carney, who, if you watch the, what is that show, Penny Dreadful on Showtime, I think that's what it is. Okay. He's on that show, but he was also in Spider-Man the Musical, Shut Out the Dark, or whatever that was called. He was the original Peter Parker on that.
Oh, interesting.
So he's from,
okay.
He has a theater background. Anna Lee Ashford plays Columbia. I have no idea who she is, though. I'm just pulling her up right now.
seen her in other things.
She was on the TV show Masters of Sex.
Yeah.
I have not watched that, so I don't know. She's played Glinda in Wicked on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Had no idea. Okay, that's cool. She was the original Lauren in the Kinky Boots musical on Broadway. So she's done a bit, actually, which is surprising to me.
Well, she was one of the ones that I actually thought had the best acting persona. Even though she was a little bit, like, out there in her character, she's
really interesting.
Was really good, I thought.
Like, I was always, like, kind of watching her in the background stuff, because the way they did the character in this, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, is really cool. And then there is, let's see, Ben Vereen, who plays Dr. Scott. And was the original Pippin, not in Pippin. He was not Pippin. He was like a narrator in Pippin on Broadway. Yeah. Yes. It's kind of cool because he's done a lot of musical stuff throughout his life. I mean, looking up his stuff here, he's done so much with on stage and TV. So kind of cool again, getting another, you know, someone from that area, that field in it, not just like, you know, young pop stars or
exactly.
You know, I'm sure there was a lot of people that watched it and they were like, I don't know who that is, but for those that do, it's kind of a cool treat. And then of course you've got I guess I almost forgot Brad.
Brad.
Sorry, Ryan McCartan. Kind of not done a whole lot. He was on Royal Pains. Did you watch that? Was
he really? Who was he on Royal Pains?
He was in a recurring role in season 6. He played William Cinco Phipps the Fifth. So yeah, he was in that. He was on the middle.
Idea.
So yeah, that guy. And then now Frankenfurter, played by Laverne Cox, which was like kind of the big deal about all the casting in this was Laverne Cox coming in and playing Frankenfurter, which is typically played by a male, a guy who is playing, you know, this part. Whereas Laverne Cox is transgendered as a woman now. So, yeah, it was an interesting kind of mix.
Yeah.
Do something different with that role. I thought she was good. Singing-wise, okay. I mean, I've heard some better versions, so...
I think she was trying to channel Tim Curry a lot.
Yeah.
I could, like in the way that she was like doing stuff with her mouth. Yeah, I thought she was.
Which is kind of like, I could see how that's a hard thing to not do, because, you know, Tim Curry made it so iconic, and all his like mannerisms with it and stuff, and no matter where you see it, like whether it's a staged original version of Rocky Horror Picture Show, like the musical on stage, or it's a shadow cast or whatever, like it's, everyone is what Tim Curry was in that movie as Frankenfurter.
So I've done everything except for blend out the top part with white, and I don't know, I'm feeling like this needs a little more color, of just a little something. I don't know. I really want to try this moss green. I have to tell you, this color right here, this tinsel color, is everything. It is gorgeous. I put it like right here on the inner corner, and then I actually patted some on the top of my eye. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. So I'm going to try this color right here in moss. I kind of want to see, how it's going to look. Maybe just with a pop of green on the outside, just to make it a little bit more. Yeah. What do you think of that? Yes?
That works.
Okay.
It's a little different.
I have to say that since this is the first time I've used this, I have used the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and it had been on my lids for probably like a half an hour before I started working with these shadows, and I felt like at first it was kind of hard to work all the shadows in, but I think that had more to do with my primer than it did the actual shadows, because once I started warming it up and working with the shadows, they were just blending like crazy. So I think that the shadows are really good quality so far. I mean, I cannot believe how these are blending together in such an amazing way. I don't think I've ever had shadows that don't look like there's a line or a delineation between the shades like this. It's just, I can't even describe it. There's like this depth to it. Can you kind of see? Like, it's, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ooh.
All right.
So,
what else you got?
Let's see. So, yeah. The casting, I thought everyone was good in it. They're a bit over the top, but that's kind of like what you got to do with the show anyways, is it's just ridiculous and over the top in the first place, so you got to play it and be 100% invested in that ridiculousness of whatever your character is in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought everyone did a really good job with it. The only person that I was like meh about was Reeve Carney. Was that his name again? I forgot it already. Reeve Carney. I was saying it wrong the other day. But yeah, he, I thought he was a little, I don't know, annoying. No, I didn't like the way he did riffraff.
You think he was like trying to be too riffraff, or like not really investing? He was just trying to like kind of do the mannerisms, or what? What
yeah,
do you think it was?
I think he was just trying to be weird and like, I'm gonna be creepy, and I don't know, and it just was like, I don't know, I think he didn't get enough good direction
maybe
for the character, because it was just, I think he was led to his own devices with it. It was just like, you do what you want to do with this character, and I was like,
I believe it.
It wasn't good choices.
Alright, I'm going to do some eyeliner. I've already put on some mascara, but I'm going to do the Kat Von D liquid liner like around the top part of the eyes. And then I have this is a Marc Jacobs liner, but it's like a cream black liner. And I'm actually going to use this in my waterline just to kind of make it more of a smoky, intense eye. I have this like kind of silver Cynthia Rowley liner, which I'm going to probably like pop in on top of the Kat Von D to make it shine a little bit more. And then I'm going to attempt this. I don't know how this is gonna work. See these lashes right here? I got these in a Barbie set, and they are huge and long, and I'm not sure how they're gonna work on my lashes, but I'm gonna try it because I wanted something that was like really like out there and fluttery. It's pretty. That is pretty crazy. So we'll do that after the eyeliner.
Yeah. So, but otherwise, I liked everybody. I thought Columbia's kind of stuff she was doing it was neat. I really liked her look. I thought the costume designer in it did a really great job with, I think just about everybody's costumes in it was really cool. I thought I liked, there was a part at the beginning of the show when it was on live that they kind of did like a behind the scenes look at it, and they were talking to the costume designer and, you know, his thought process of like each of the characters and why they were looking the way they did and stuff. And it made a lot of sense to me than I think if I just watched it.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
So because some of the stuff he did, especially for Columbia, where they basically saw her as kind of like this fangirl of Frankenfurter and Eddie, and that's kind of what they made her into, was like this poppy fangirl kind of character.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was wearing pajamas that had, what were they, donuts, popsicles, cupcakes?
No, the lips. They had the lips on them.
Oh, they were lips, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's one part where she's actually wearing Mickey Mouse ears, which I thought was hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
Did she do that in the original? I can't remember.
In the movie, yeah. Yeah, she does that in the movie. So I think it was kind of a throwback to that, but at the same time, it's kind of funny doing it, kind of like she's just this kid, basically, you know, in the middle of all this stuff. She's kind of like the kid that just kind of got roped into it all.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I thought she was really good. Then, I don't know, everybody else was good. Rocky was interesting. I don't know. I mean, Rocky's always kind of like a weird role.
Yeah, but I was not a fan.
So,
I don't know what was going on, but I was just kind of like, yuck.
It seems like that's always kind of like, and you're in shape, you got the part, thanks, let's go.
Basically act like a meathead. That's all you need to do right now, just act like a meathead.
Yeah. Can you stand around, grunt?
I felt like my problem was, since it's been so long since I've seen the original, I got lost through a lot of the story in this version. I don't know if it's that they cut certain things out, like for time, or what, but there were just some things that I was like, I don't understand what's going on right now.
There was I mean, I haven't seen the original in probably a couple of years either.
Right.
But I don't think they cut anything out. I think they just moved it at such a pace, and I think it just moved at such a weird pace compared to the movie, that I could see why you felt that way.
Right.
Because, yeah, it kind of jumps a bit. It just feels like it jumps around a lot. Like, oh, all of a sudden we're doing this and then that, and then... So it doesn't... I felt like it just didn't transition as well from one scene to another a few times. So.
Right, okay.
But, yeah, that's how... Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, Eddie's kind of entry into the whole movie was kind of weird. Because in any version I've ever seen of it, he basically comes out of the freezer because, like, you know... Frankenfurter wanted to just get rid of him and throw him in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And this, he comes back, he's like on a motorcycle and comes driving in through like one of the castle stained glass windows into the middle of the lab, and it's just like, what? And then all of a sudden he's like having a rock concert there, like there's a backup band, and which I thought that was kind of a cool thing in a way, of having like this band there all the time for when they would break out into song. It worked really well for the Time Warp part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but I just thought it was weird with Eddie coming in all of a sudden on the motorcycle.
It was a little weird.
Like that. I mean, it's weird either way, I guess. I don't know. It's a guy that was come back from the dead. Well, because basically Rocky was made from half of Eddie's brain. And that's why he threw him in the freezer in the original movie and every other version.
Wait, half of whose brain?
Rocky, half of his brain is from Eddie.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So that's why Eddie kind of comes out of the freezer. That's where he threw him. But then in this, he just comes rolling in on a motorcycle. Like,
which I didn't really get either. I was like, why are you coming in on a motorcycle? Like, that's probably where I got lost. Because I was like, well, I don't understand where he's coming from. What's going on with this character? Why is he's there and then he's gone? And like, what is that about?
I mean, that's how it is, like, in any way. He kind of comes in all of a sudden and does that song, and then Frankenfurter kills him, and then, yeah. Right,
but why? And I had to have him explain to me why Frankenfurter decides to kill him.
Oh, yeah, why, like, yeah. She was like, why is he dead?
I mean, maybe it's dumb of me to, like, start looking for reason in this movie, but...
Yeah, I don't blame you. So, yeah, while I was looking up stuff for this, a lot of articles that were popping up in my search for the movie were about how people hate this movie.
The movie or this movie?
This version. A lot of people felt that it just was a mess, and they didn't like people's versions of it.
That happens every time.
But yeah, it is. A lot of people are. Rocky Horror remake is warped by time. But then some people liked it. The New York Times seemed to enjoy it. Yeah, and there's that.
These lashes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're like knock someone out.
I feel like you can't even see my eyelids because these lashes are so big. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go even crazier now. I got the NYX Macaroon Lippy, and this is in the shade Pistachio. But what I'm going to do that's a little interesting is, as you can tell, there's a lot of glitter and crap going on my face right now. So I am doing this color, which is kind of a matte color, and I'm taking this Colourpop highlighter in Fanny pack, and I'm going to kind of do like this ombre. Why are you looking at me like that?
That color.
Yeah. I'm going to do ombre, like highlight just like here and here, with so it like is a little lighter and shinier in the middle, and then it kind of goes out. Why? What do you have against this color?
I don't have anything against it. It's an interesting color.
Do you want me to do red?
I think it goes with, no, it goes with like all the Transylvanians, you know.
Right.
They're crazy colors, so.
So should I? I'm serious. I have red also. I can.
No,
Okay.
Do it. You're here.
All right.
Get it done.
Okay.
So yeah, one of the articles I saw was from the Advocate, and what did it say? They talk about the reason why they think it flopped. Did it flop? I mean, I feel like people weren't talking about this as much as I heard people talking about other, like other TV musicals.
I think it's because it's not as mainstream, you know?
But yeah, that could be it too. It is a very cult thing, you know. It has a very specific following of people, so yeah, I mean, that could have been it. But that's probably why, you know, it wasn't as successful as the others, I guess, if people are measuring it by its success.
Yeah, maybe.
But, you know, I thought it was a decent take. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was, so it was nice. And it's something nice around this time of year anyways. It's Halloween. Probably going to watch it anyways, the original.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Why not see a new take on it? If you haven't seen it and you have Hulu, I recommend checking it out, you know, at least for a viewing. If you can't make it through Sweet Transvestite, you probably won't make it through the rest of the movie.
That's kind of
how it is anyways with even the old version. If you have to stop during that and you're like, I can't take it. Which is funny because I would go to Halloween Horror Nights here out in Orlando, and they used to have a Rocky Horror tribute show, which is a condensed version of it. And they have like a kind of a shadow cast. Like they had people that came out and actually sang and danced and all that stuff. And it'd be so funny because people would come crammed in there, and the theater would be packed every time the show starts. And then by the time they get the Sweet Transvestite and that guy comes out, whoop, people start leaving. And it was like, what did you think you walked into? Like,
yeah, like, I don't know what this is right now. Then.
Or like, but yeah, it'd be so funny because people would be like,
So anyway, I decided to put on this wig that I got. Yeah, I'm not really, I still, I don't know. I wanted to see how I was with purple hair because if I ever get the chance to be able to have dyed hair, I would probably go with purple, although I'm not sure if I would go with these shades of purple. I still wanted to see kind of the difference between it. He keeps laughing at me. Is it the lips? What is it?
Yeah, it's the lips.
Okay, so in that case, do you have more to talk about? I will take the lips off and put on maybe something more red. I have it.
It looks like you took one of those like robin eggs from Easter time, and like how like kids would always like lick it until it gets wet and then wipe it on their lips, and they're like, I put on lipstick with the robin eggs. Do you remember those?
I do.
Like, whatever those were, those candies.
Well, yeah.
The malt balls. Let's see. Trivia. Yeah, I should probably look up some trivia for this.
Should I go for a dark lip?
I feel like, ooh, is that like a dark purple? No, it's not.
Okay, so I'm going to use, this is a Bite Beauty. This is a set that I got. I'm going to package it like this. I got this at Sephora, and so I'm going to go ahead and try this color, which is Nori, and it's really dark. See if I like that one better.
Alright, so The original movie came out in 1975, so that's what, 41 years old now?
Yes.
41 years old.
Right. I was not born at that point.
No, because you're 40,
Neither were you.
So that would make sense. Oh, so the trivia is going to have to do with the original movie. I apologize because there's not much trivia for the new one. So here you go for all you fans of the original one. Some of these already knew because I'm kind of a fan of the original. So if you remember in the original movie, when Dr. Scott shows up, he basically gets like zapped up to the lab and he comes bursting into it through the wall. Mm-hmm. That was because when they built that set, they realized, oh, there's no doors coming into here. We just have the elevator shaft.
That's
awesome. So they did that because of that. That was Tim Curry's feature film debut as well. That was his first time he was in a movie.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
yeah, that's kind of fun.
Okay.
Oh, and then Tim Curry also tried to go see the movie in New York one time at a midnight screening. And then someone got mad. It was before they started doing the whole like dressing up thing. Mm-hmm. People were kind of like, oh, you're trying to make yourself look like Tim Curry and sneak into this movie. And he got kicked out. Turns out it was Tim Curry.
That's funny.
Alright, so the green surgical gown that Dr. Frankenfurter wears has a pink triangle over his heart. That was worn by Nazis in concentration camps to denote that the wearer was a gay man. And it was pointing downward, so the pink triangle pointing upward is often used as a symbol of gay pride.
Alright.
Interesting to turn a symbol like that into that. But real quick, have you seen it live, like with the cast?
No.
No. I've seen it a couple times. So, if you've ever done that, leave a comment down below. Do you ever dress up as a character?
Yeah.
Go? Or do you dress up as a Transylvanian and go? That's what most people do. They'll just be like, I'm a Transylvanian.
I can wear this as a Transylvania, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll do that then. Alright, so this is my final look. I think this was really fun, especially because when this video is going up, it's probably going to be Halloween, so it's going to be kind of an interesting look for that. As far as the palette, I love it. I think it's my favorite palette that I've bought this year, honestly. The lashes I'm not so happy with. The color does not look bad on me for the lips, though, and I'm really happy about that because it's really dark, and I like it. I think it's really cool. Yeah. So yes, thank you so much for watching Makeup and a Movie. Sorry this was kind of like low key for us. We usually like film in the morning, and to get this one out to you guys in time, we had to do it at night. So we were kind of like, we worked all day, and now we have to do this.
What time? It's 9 o'clock right now.
It's 9 o'clock. Yeah. So yes, I know a lot of people on YouTube, they're like, it's 2 a.m. and I'm filming, and I'm like, you know what? We got to be at work at 8 in the morning, so not gonna happen. Nope. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and happy Halloween. Until next time.
Stay zany.
Bye.